Right, Benji. Sorry, Graham.
Craig.
I've sat that many names today.
No, I'm not Benji.
My head is just done. Craig.
Yes,
right, Craig. Are you filming, aren't you? This is Craig. Right. Welcome back, guys. So we talked about Acewell last night on our live stream and how they got all this lovely shiny stuff we wanted to look at. This is the main man, you're the owner, right? Yep. Tell me just a little bit about this company. You seem to have like a gazillion products. How did this all come to be?
Yeah, well, Acewell is a factory that's been around for, goodness, about 15 years now.
Right.
And they make digital speedometers. That's the core product range that they do.
In China?
In Taiwan.
Okay.
The factory is owned by a guy who also owns a massive factory in China, which is the world's largest manufacturer of bicycle speedos.
Oh, okay.
And valve amplifiers for stereo systems.
Wow, okay.
So it's a very big organisation.
So it's Acewell UK, is it?
Yeah, Acewell UK is what we're branding as in the UK. Yep.
Yeah, .co.uk.
And we've got a specific range of speedos for the UK that meets VOSA's requirements.
Okay.
Whether it's for cars,
so that's in terms of
motorbikes.
like the size of the digits and
the warning lights that we need for Britain.
Right, okay.
Which is every country in Europe is slightly different.
Right, so the indicator repeater and
so we need to have a switchable backlight to be compliant, so that when you put your side lights on, the backlight comes on at the same time.
That's cool. Brilliant. Can we get in close and have a look at some of the products?
Yep. So the range goes from the simplest unit, which is a rev counter and temperature gauge.
Right.
Which just you connect to the coil to get the readings, and it comes with its own sensor.
Okay.
Through to one which also has a speedo in it.
Right.
A version with a lap timer as well.
Okay.
And then we've got a modular range at the bottom, which we've got 3 different speedos. Blue backlight, orange backlight, and white backlight.
Okay. So it's effectively the same thing.
Yeah.
Different colour case.
Different colour case.
Different backlight.
This one's speed and revs. These two are identical other than the colour.
Right.
They've got speed, temperature, revs, fuel gauge, voltmeter, and gear indicator.
Okay, that's cool.
And then you can take each of these and fit them into a set of surrounds, like these have got.
Ah, right. And then you can add these warning lights. Right. Okay, that's
so
clever.
Indicators for whatever function.
Right. Okay.
And then, if you want to, we can do a CNC case for it to fit into as well.
Oh, that's billet.
Black anodized. Yep.
Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? Gives it a bit more of a high-end feel.
So we've got the black CNC version.
Yeah, that's properly aluminium. Fair play.
And we've got a chrome version at the top.
Right. Okay. I need my microfiber cloth, Ben. It needs a polish.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. There you are. There's a cloth for you.
Oh, I'll do some cleaning. I love cleaning. Fair. I mean, chrome isn't my thing. So, I mean, the question when we came past yesterday, I'm interested in what's the wiring loom look like?
Wiring loom.
So, sort of in terms of fitting.
Let's have a good example of this one.
That's what.
So, what we got comes in a nice retail packaging, and it's got lots of multi-pin plugs, and then it comes with the matching cables to go into there as well.
Okay. So then you hardwire this into your loom.
Into the boom. Yeah.
A question I had in my head, I think yesterday, was: are there any plug and play looms?
Yeah, I've got them for every make and model of quad bike.
Okay.
I've got them for some Fireblades, the old Africa Twin. We're doing a complete plug and play unit for the Royal Enfield 500.
Right.
And we've got them for the BMW K series bikes.
Okay, so there are some plug and play options.
I'm about to do them for the Aprilia, the big trail bike that Aprilia do. I can't think what it's called.
Yeah, brain fart, but I know what you mean.
And I'm working on a couple of Triumph ones at the moment as well.
Right, okay, so this looks like there aren't bare wires on this wiring loom, or
yeah, there are.
Oh, they're just tucked in.
So it comes with its wiring diagram as well.
Right.
So you can see, so on the 9-pin plug, you've got a wire for ground, clock power, speed input, ignition key, backlight, fuel gauge, temperature, etc. On the 8-pin plug, you've got indicators, main beam, neutral, so on.
So it looks complicated, but if you know what you're talking about, it's not.
As long as you've got a wiring diagram for the bike.
Is that the speedo pickup?
No, that's temperature.
Oh, that's temperature.
Speedo pickups.
I noticed there were some magnetic bolts there.
There's many ways to make the speedo work.
Right. I'm assuming you can, if there's a gearbox sensor with
a
square
gearbox
wave
sensor,
output,
you can connect straight to it.
Yeah.
That's dead easy.
Right. Okay.
If the bike's originally mechanical cable drive, which all of the older stuff is, we've got all these different cable drive adapters. So that one there, for example, is BMW R series. All the old British bikes.
So it turns the cable.
Yeah, it's got a magnet that turns inside a coil.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That bike there, if you have a
so you've
look
got
down there.
normally the speedo. That's genius. So normally it's driven by a cable, and you turn it so you end up with just a wire going up.
Yeah, and it's just pulses going up to the speedo.
Okay.
And we've got them for pretty much everything there.
So if you're pulling the signal off the back of the gearbox, I don't say Fireblade, so it's a square wave signal, right? Is there some calibration in terms of?
Yeah, what you do is you program the unit for the distance travelled per turn of the wheel in millimetres.
Okay, so you measure.
You put a mark on the tyre. Mark on the tyre and a mark on the ground.
Right.
Push it forward so that it touches the ground again, and measure the tape measure how far you've gone.
And there's something in a menu, is there?
Yeah, there's two setting screens. That's one screen, it's the circumference screen.
Yeah.
Then you've also got the P screen, which is the pulses screen. And on that, you've got to enter the number of pulses that the sensor generates for every one turn of the wheel.
Right, okay.
Now, if you're running a magnet pickup system, that's easy.
Yeah.
If you're running a cable drive, it's pretty easy as well.
Yeah.
If it's a sensor inside a gearbox,
there's a lot of...
it's guesswork.
Right, okay. You could put an oscilloscope on it and count them.
You could, but the easy way to do it is guess, because most of them are around about 50.
And then put a GPS on your phone and go, it's 5 mile an hour out.
And then you just tweak the numbers up and down. You always want to do slightly overread, never underread.
Yeah. No, that goes
so I
without
normally
saying,
set them to read about 1 or 2% over.
So it's not sort of firmware upgradable or anything. There's no USB going in it. It's what you get is what you get, kind of thing. Fair play. I like it a lot.
So this one's got a shift light in there as well.
Right, okay.
And all the idiot lights around here. I'll show you this one working. Oh, that is that one.
Yeah.
So you've got your speedo. You've got multiple functions along the bottom.
It's stuff like this that makes me want to build a custom. It kind of. Yeah.
So that's the digital range.
Yeah.
This one, we sell a lot of these for kit cars and also the bigger old sports bikes. Right. Because they've got a massive space inside the fairing. Yeah. And so that one kind of fills the gap.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And no, because I've got an awesome dash in my kit car already. Cheeky bastard. Right.
You're editing this, aren't you?
Oh no, we're going.
You're going live here.
Hey, this is One Take Monday. This is. I tell you, we want to go home soon. Right.
And then we've got the pod units. Yeah. Which are very good for cafe racers.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I like the mix of analog and digital together. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And this is this range at the moment, which is very much a classic standard motorcycle look.
Yeah.
Is the most popular one.
That's kind of Triumph-y looking to me.
It's Triumph, Yamaha, and BMW.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost identical font.
So obviously we can't really talk about cost because there's like a gazillion different products, but
for example... The cheapest one is...
This one.
That one there's about £240.
Okay. Including the VAT?
Including the VAT,
right. And if people want to buy them, Acewell.co.uk.
Yep.
.uk. All right, that's cool. Fair play. Listen, thank you for talking to us.
Yep.
Really appreciate it.
Do you want to do a quick thing on the headlights?
Oh, headlights. Yes, let's do headlights. Yeah.
Okay. There's quite a few bits of it. We won't bother doing the stuff in there.
Yeah. But I like that as a running light.
Yeah. So this is a headlight with triple light output colours.
Okay.
So in standard mode there, that's the running light.
Okay.
And you might find that you completely blind out your lens at this point.
Yeah.
So it's got 3 different colours. You've got a yellowy colour, a white, and a mixture.
Okay.
And the idea is daylight running, you might have one colour. Nighttime, another colour, and if it's foggy, a third colour.
That is is that blowing the camera out? Yeah, we're right. Okay. That is super bright.
This one's my favourite. This is a triple function light.
Okay.
And it...
Don't worry about your phone. Ben's phone's always ringing when you're filming.
So this one's a triple function light. It's got a side light, which is on at the moment.
Right.
We've got the dip beam.
Yeah.
And when you press this, it opens a shutter to allow the light to fully illuminate the lens.
Come shine on my hand, Benji.
Well, if you point at the cabinet
over there. That is super bright, and it's bright in here.
And there's the high beam.
Well, this is like a mechanical.
Yeah, it's a physical energised shutter that opens and closes.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Fair dues. So cost-wise,
that one's around about £160. Okay. It's quite an expensive light.
It's an aluminium body.
It's aluminium body.
Right, it is nice. And that nice braided cable.
Nice braided cable. Then there's a little control box that you hide behind the bodywork.
Right. Okay.
This one's a dip beam.
Okay.
That one's another dip beam.
Yeah.
And that one's a high beam.
Okay. And what sort of lumens is this? Because shiny, it's really bright in here.
I honestly can't remember.
I can't believe it's lighting that up like nobody's business. Yeah, that's quite impressive.
I like the sound.
The clunkiness. Yeah, it's like engineered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then I've got a twin head camera system as well.
Oh, let's see that.
So this is the video that you get from it. I've edited this to create the picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
It normally has two separate files, one for front, one for back.
Okay.
So you hardwire it to the bike.
Yeah.
I put one under the headlight, one under the rear rack.
How long has this been on the market for?
This one's been out for about 4 or 5 months.
I think I fitted one of these already.
No,
to a K16.
there's only one in the country.
Is there?
Yeah, I've got
I fitted a dual camera system to something.
Oh, there's a few other brands out there, but
okay.
this one's only been out a short time.
Yeah, yeah.
So the actual unit is, it's got a 2.7-inch LCD.
Hey, that's quite
3
funky,
buttons.
isn't it?
So you stick that under the seat.
Right. And this is like a DVR, is it?
That's the DVR, yeah.
And it takes a memory card.
It does. You can put 128 gig in there.
So micro SD, 128 gig. What we got there? We got normal USB in. Oh, and there's a HDMI in there.
Yeah, so you can connect to a TV if you
so
want to.
So HDMI out and just play straight. Is it what, 1080p?
1080p. Yep.
Okay. On both channels.
On both channels.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can only watch one back at a time.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. And what's this? GPS.
That's a function for some time in the future. They've just put the socket there ready.
Right, okay, so you're future-proofing it.
Yep.
Give us £100 and we'll update your software.
It'll be free download. It'll be more by the...
Ooh,
by
it's come on.
It's come on, yes.
Oh, of course, because of USB, you do firmware updates and stuff, can you? Through the... Right, okay, fair play.
And that's the camera.
Oh, they're nicely built, aren't they? Nice aluminium. Fair dues. Is it made in the same factory?
No, it's made in a different factory, but still in Taipei, in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's nicely built, that, isn't it?
And,
how much sort of length of wire do you get? Because
the actual production ones, you get a 15cm cable on both the front and the rear cameras.
Okay.
And then you get a 50cm, 1 metre and 2 metre extension cables,
so you can
make it bike specific.
I mean, it's sort of great underneath your headlight, isn't it, in the fairing?
Yeah, that's where I've got mine. I've got one under the headlight and one under the rear rack.
Yeah.
If you've got it on the rear rack and you've got a top box, it does bounce occasionally, so you've got to think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, completely waterproof.
Completely.
Yeah.
And the factory also do a single camera system, which is that one.
Right.
Which you can either handlebar mount or mount on a helmet.
Yeah.
And look like a tit.
Yeah.
And
it's not really an action cam, is it? It's more.
It's the same abilities as an action cam.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little. But they've supplied lots of those to the Metropolitan Police.
Oh, is that what they have on their shoulders?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen the pod with them on their shoulders.
And again, they're 1080p.
Just one, but I suppose easy to turn on off. One big button, isn't it? It's like that. Contour. That's exactly that big slidey switch, didn't it? We both had them back in the day before GoPros were a thing. Yeah. And I had, I remember.
You had a laser.
Yeah, I had a laser on mine, so you could see in your shot, but it came out on the video. It was a bit stupid, wasn't it? Really. But you could turn it on momentarily. Make sure you were looking in the right, have it as a head cam. There's a...
Yeah, because the problem with those is, because there's no lens, you can't really see what it's pointing at.
Right, I see. Yeah. But I'm imagining quite wide angle, right?
Yeah, it is very wide
so
angle,
if the police are using them...
And they do an adapter that goes on instead of the cap. It's an adapter with a cable that goes to a USB plug, so you can power it off the bike electrics as well, rather than having to remember to charge the battery.
What's the retail on that?
That one's about 100 quid.
Right, okay.
Yeah, actually there's the adapter cable there. So that replaces the cap.
Oh, I see.
Plugs into
it's
the
got the
socket on your bike.
port. Yeah, so you unscrew that cap. I guess that's a good way of having a waterproof USB connection, isn't it? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
As soon as you plug that into the USB socket, it starts recording. So you don't have to remember to start recording. It just
as soon as it gets power,
same as these. Yeah.
Memory card somewhere?
Yeah, it's in the underneath the cap as well.
Micro SD?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, same as, I see.
Yeah,
fair dues. Awesome.
So that's
love it. Everybody loves gadgets.
Yeah, I know.
Especially me. Cool, man. Right, we better call it a day, Benji, and get out of here because we've got stuff to do, haven't we?
Let's do it.
Thank you, mate.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate the talk. Thanks.